So here we go, guys. I want to do a quick reaction to the Season 9 blog. You've probably seen 100 of these already, but there's a couple of things that I think people have missed, and they're really big deals, to be honest. There's two really big wins for our community in Season 9, and we got to talk about it. Well, one in particular, and then one which is maybe a bit more sarcastic, but you know me, that's how I roll. Guys, please like and subscribe. Listen, I want to take a moment just to say thank you to everyone for your support this year. We have achieved things I never thought was possible. The fact that we're monetized, we hit 1,000 subs. All of these were goals that I didn't think would happen this year. And I want to give a particular thank you to all the people that have supported me, like, with everything that I do. Leave a like on every video, leave a comment on every video, that are in every stream. I really, really appreciate you. And I haven't said this for a while. I think it's important that I do say it now. Thank you so much for your support, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's get into this blog for this season really quickly. So there's new cards. There's going to be GOAT cards, things like that as well coming out. But they've spoken about this Looney Tunes theme kind of drop. There's one potential win in this for me, which is there could be a Larry Johnson card. That's it. Outside of that, guys, I'll be really honest with you. I don't care what cards come out. We're already at a point now. I mean, look at my squad. I kind of did a video running this endgame squad a couple of days ago. Check it out if you haven't. It's one of my favourite videos I've done this year. Terry's probably going to get replaced. I don't need to replace anyone else. They could release an 8-foot point guard and I wouldn't be excited about it at this point. It's all just slightly further levels of where we already are. So I'm not really bothered. But if we get like a Larry Johnson with like 60 plus off badges, he will replace Terry and that'll be a wrap. So that could be a win. Let's see. He was in the original Space Jam movie. That's why I'm potentially excited. But outside of like fan favourite cards, like your personal favourite cards, I don't think there's anything that could really happen. In terms of like new LeBrons, like GOAT cards, all of this stuff, like all the potential OP cards we're going to get, guys, it's going to change absolutely nothing. They've asked, like, they've said it won't impact Invincible cards. That's actually true. Most videos I've seen on this, they've said it will impact Invincible cards. It just won't really. It's just another one, right? Like, just take this LeBron. We've got the Invincible LeBron. We're going to get a GOAT LeBron. Like, there's just going to be, I think we're getting Space Jam LeBron as well. I don't know how many different versions of LeBron we're going to have by the end of this year. At Dark Matters, but this LeBron is as good as all of them. It just doesn't matter. He's got 70 badges, 13 of them on gold. You put those 13 on Hall of Fame, it's not going to change anything, guys. So there's nothing really exciting about in terms of the content they've spoken about that's going to drop at the beginning of the season. Cards are just cards now. They're all crazy. Just pick up the cards that you like, that work for you. That's a different video. So yeah, content we'll get. We're going to have this fun little challenge where we play some of the Looney Tunes cards. I think that could, like, it will be fun, right? It'll be weird to see those players in game. I mean, it's just, those Goon Squad players, it's going to look crazy. But again, it's just a bit of fun. It'll be like 5 minutes of fun and then we'll be done. That's that. So I don't really want to get into too much about those, the released cards, the pack cards and things like that. It's just more of the same at this point. Like, we can't get excited about it. So let's get into the first big win. As you guys know, I quite dramatically stopped grinding the game about a month ago. And I stuck to it. I have stuck to it. I was about 20k away from Luka and we got him. Outside of that, I haven't grinded for a single card. We haven't done Bill Russell. We haven't done Taco. I've done a few of like the individual ones because they're like 20 minutes to pick up a card. But I've stopped no-lifing the game. I just play unlimited and limited now. And I'm having way, way more fun on the game, guys. I had to turn it into 2K20. I've spoken about this. That's all great. But the reason that this is a W for this season is there was a part of me that, like, it's going to be the last level 40 reward. I did have a bit of FOMO with Bill Russell. Like, I feel like he could still make my team now. Like, there is still that little bit there, but I've been disciplined. I'm a man of my word. I said I was going to stop grinding, and I did. If the level 40 reward had been a card that was really desirable, I don't know, maybe I would have done it, or at least wanted to do it. Guys, it's Dr. J. I couldn't care less. He ain't making my team. That is a big, big win, guys. I'm so happy that the level 40 reward is what it is. I'll be surprised to see him making many squads. I mean, I think some people will run him. But you're going to be at a point very soon. I like to remind you guys, this time last year, Yao Ming, the GOAT Yao Ming was 1.5 million. 2 weeks later, he was going for 300k because just everything had been saturated. People had left the game. People were just selling off their squads. People were trying to sell their squads so they could sell their MT at the end of the year. The market's about to go off a cliff, so there's really no reason to run that Julius Irving. You're going to pick up better cards for quite cheap pretty quickly. So it's really, really good that the reward wasn't desirable. That's a big win. On the other hand, if you are someone who just likes doing the level 40, you're a completionist or whatever, or you just really want this Dr. J card, he's a card you really like, or you feel like he'll make your squad, it's still a win for you as well, because 150k is available on day one. And last time, you know, with Vince Carter when they did this, that was great, guys. That was really good. It was good for the community. You know, we had all that stuff with SB where he got it in like 28 hours. It's going to be a bit of fun for a few days, and like I said, if you really want that Dr. J, you're probably going to get him like very easily. So let's jump into the other rewards. Let's start with Limited. Limited's going to be Tony Kukoc, and with Limited, as always, guys, the reward's going to be useless by the time you get it. This Tony is a good card, yes. I might even make him my backup 3, but as with Limited history, the card sounds great when they announce it. By the time it's actually available, it's useless. It's more so this season, guys. It's more so in Season 9 than ever before. Even though Tony is the most usable card of all the cards we've had, here's why it's even more so that it's going to be useless in 3 weeks. Because when Tony comes out, he comes out the weekend the game ends, guys. We're going to be done. Unless you've got, you know, you're still trying to do Unlimited or whatever, there's literally nothing to do at that point. So having Tony is going to be nice, but absolutely meaningless. But it's a good card. It is a good card. And yeah, if you have got a massively underpowered squad and you are going to continue to play through August, he'll be a useful card for you. For Unlimited, guys, Ray Allen is another big win. Now, is he an OP card? No. Is he going to be usable? Questionably, maybe, maybe not. Depends what they do with the card is the answer. The reason it's a win is it's a good card. Guys, we had Drazen Petrovic this season, Season 8. Like, that is an absolutely, like, objectively useless card in this game. Like, there is no purpose for Drazen. I got him. Great. I'm never going to use him. Ray Allen might get used. I think there's people who really like the card. He's a big name. He's got an elite jumper, which is named after him. And they could do things like, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but we've seen it already. We've seen Terry grow an inch, right? From his pink diamond to his dark matter. So they could make him a bit taller, make him a bit more usable. If they can give him that Kawhi sort of player build, then we've got a really good card. Then Ray Allen will be my backup 3. But either way, at least it's a somewhat desirable card, because the form for Unlimited this year, I think Larry Johnson and McHale have probably been the only 2 cards that have been really usable. That's bias aside, by the way. So it's good to have a card that, you know, some of the community will actually want. And Ray Allen being a name is a big deal. The essential reward is Dennis Rodman. That's probably all that needs to be said about that. I'm not going to waste your time. No one wants that card. Triple Threat Online, we've got Grant Hill. And again, it depends what they do here. Like, I know that the popular card was the point guard out of position. I think they need to go point guard with him again, because if they do, he might be top 10 point guard in the game. And if he's on TTO, that's good. If he's going to be small forward, power forward, guys, he's not really going to be usable. But, you know, for the nostalgia, is Grant Hill. I personally think the best Triple Threat Online reward this year has been Bailey Howell. I really like that card. And they probably will introduce more cards. Hopefully they don't just leave it there, because every season they have added another sort of TTO reward after a week. Maybe they'll do that. There's a chance at the end of the season, end of the game, they might not do it. Triple Threat Offline, I'm going to make this quick. Jerry West is a card no one wants. Russell Westbrook is a card that some people want, and those are the people that like Russell Westbrook, and that's great. I'll be surprised to see how many people are at 1750 at this stage, you know, because the Ferry grinds, the Terry grinds, all of these things, you know, people have really built up wins on this mode. You can see with me, I'm like 824. That's really just doing XP now and then throughout the season. Even at that point, even if you're at 750, is it worth winning another 250 games of TT Offline at this point in the season? It's not, guys. It's not. Unfortunately, it's not. Let's move on to Hakeem really quickly. He's going to be the token market, which is sad. I mean, I would have liked to have had the Invincible Hakeem card, but it was more like a nostalgia thing. I really liked the Hakeem last year, the Galaxy Opal that we got from the Kobe Spotlights. I pulled the Galaxy Opal this year and sold it straight away because, you know, he was worth a lot of MT at the time. But, yeah, I mean, token market, I don't know if it's going to open or not. It's a weird one, but yeah, Hakeem you'll see very, very rarely in the community. And I mean, people who have a bunch of tokens, you might as well. There's nothing else to do. I'm going to touch on the exchange really quickly. I'm going to touch on the exchange by showing you my unopened packs, guys. We need something to do with these cards. To be fair, there's probably about 100, maybe even 200k of MT sitting in here. If I just have to quick sell all these cards at the end of the day, then it is what it is. I'd really like to see a good exchange card. They haven't spoken about that. It would be really good. If we can get any Invincible exchange card, I'll probably take that over the MT. Like, just to have the card because it's rare. And if they can make it decent, then great. The exchange is just kind of a concept I think they've just abandoned over the year as the year's gone on. And again, I'm going to talk about that later. I'm also going to talk about the fact that it's a 3-week season. I will get onto that in a sec. Right, now we're going to get onto the 2 big wins. There are 2 big wins, guys. And this one is one no one is talking about, okay? Our goal in my team is to build a squad, right? That's our goal. We try to build the best squad we can. Now, there are 2 ways in which we can use this squad, as it is. Only 2. Unlimited and Domination. 10% of the community, probably way less, are actually playing Unlimited right now. That's a fact, okay? So, the only other option is Domination. And I love the fact that 2K waited until the last season to do this. Because if they didn't, if they dropped the final Domination last season, then our endgame squads for 90% of the community would be absolutely useless. And I'm not throwing shade. There's a lot of reasons people don't play Unlimited. And one of the reasons is it's just a toxic, horrible game mode. And I'm very aware of that when I load into it. I will try and do it again next season because it's how I play the game now. But I will do Domination because that's not a grind for me. It's fun. It's using your main squad at the end of the game. And I think the fact that they timed it so people could actually use their endgame squads for 33 games, I think is really well done by 2K. It's very rare I compliment them. This is a really good move. It's a really good move. Because otherwise, 90% of the community would have built an endgame squad, guys, for absolutely no reason. Like, no intention to use them. Might have jumped into Unlimited, got scared, and then gone, oh, you know, I remember why I don't play this and didn't do it again. Everyone needs to feel a sense of accomplishment at the end of the year and a reason to build this squad. For me, it's Unlimited, but for most of the community, it will be a mode like Domination, and it's great that they've introduced it. That's the first really big win of Season 9. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, and the final thing I'm going to talk about, is the fact that it's 3 weeks. This is the biggest win for me, because it means the game is over, guys. This game, and this is a whole other video, I'm going to try and keep this short, because I don't want to do the other video in this video. This year, this is how I would define 2K21. The gameplay was absolutely abysmal. I mean, it was unplayable most of the year, still is. We went from stick shooting to every full white going in. It's just been a mess with the gameplay. The algo issues in Unlimited, the structures of so many things. And this is what it really comes down to. I want to give 2K credit because they had a lot of good ideas. The problem is, and that's what the video, you know, that's going to be released in a few days will say, is every single one of those ideas was executed horribly. Horribly. The season aspect, executed horribly. XP, horrible. The new format from Unlimited literally made no sense with algo in the mix and skill-based matchmaking kind of coming in and going out of the game as we went through the year. Even season concepts like glitch reality could have been so amazing. It just became an RNG mess. Like, they just had so many good ideas that were executed absolutely horribly. This season feels like it's been just an experiment from 2K. And the video I'm going to do is 10 things that 2K could do in NBA 2K22, which would say that they're absolutely tone deaf to what the community wants. And I'm going to break all those things down, right? And if those things come back next year, then we just have to accept it. And I think a lot of people will leave this game personally. Like, they just won't play it anymore. It won't be about the game anymore. They just don't want to play it anymore. That's what's going to happen. There's a lot of people that feel like that already. There's a lot of hopes on 2K22. And yes, we say this at the end of every year, but this year, guys, it is absolute reality. This game has not been enjoyable. I've literally had to turn it into 2K20 to make it even slightly fun, but I'm still playing 2K20, like just trying to go 12-0 on a way worse game, like in terms of gameplay. So there's so much work to do, and I will be glad to see this experiment over. It's been an impossibly tough year to be a content creator. There's so many layers to why this game has not been good and why it could have been amazing. At every step, it could have been amazing, guys. They just fumbled at every single step. Now, the hope is they learn from that, they listen to the community, and they could really just bring back the game almost in exactly the same way with significant improvements in gameplay and significant improvements in the thought that goes into the modes, especially like Unlimited, XP, things like that, reducing the reliance on RNG. They could do all of this stuff, and 2K22 could be amazing. But they've had all year to fix it in 2K21, and they haven't. I have to say it, they haven't. So the big thing for me is in 3 weeks, the game is over. That's the most exciting thing. I like the fact that it wasn't a 6-week season. In 3 weeks, it's over. We're going to have 4 weeks to chill before next year starts. And hopefully 2K uses that time to really listen to the community, take the feedback on board, and we get a game that we can fall in love with next year, because we're not far from it. It's just been a misstep at every stage. That's the only thing that's held this game back. And obviously the gameplay needs an entire overhaul. So that's it, guys. So whether you're, you know, someone who likes to grind, all the XP is there straight away. Whether you're someone who only plays offline, you finally got a reason to use your endgame squad. If you're going to play unlimited, the reward is better than it's been all year. There's a lot of wins here. And if you're burnt out from the game, guys, there's 3 weeks left. That's everything, guys. Till next time. Thanks for watching.